Well, hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a quick recap of Forex's AMA the other day. Just bring you up to speed with what's going on with Drip, the new UI, the Drip Drop Draw, that new contract, that new DApp that's going to be coming with the new UI. Very, very exciting stuff. And yeah, just kind of bring you up to speed with what's happening here with the entire ecosystem. So that being said, first off, not a financial advisor, as you guys may already know. Never take anything I say as financial advice. If you are going to get into drip or anything we talk about, please do your own research and due diligence and only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Okay. At the end of the day, this is crypto, guys. So there's no guarantees. Only put in risk capital when you get involved with any platform. Okay. Also, follow me on Telegram. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So before we get into the AMA notes, Forex just posted this literally about 30 seconds ago. He said the fiat on ramp goes live tomorrow with a user-friendly system, rates 25% better than competitors, and no mandatory KYC, which is a big deal. Like if you're like me, you don't like to do KYC. So the fact that there's no mandatory KYC, that's pretty awesome. Animal Farm DeFi is the destination for the ultimate fiat on-ramp experience. And again, there's going to be a live VC at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, which is Thursday, where you can hear about this and even more updates. So again, lots of stuff happening. Forex is, he's been jumping on a lot of videos and things of that nature to kind of bring you up to speed, but we have a lot coming around just around the corner. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these notes. Again, shout out to, I believe her name is Irene, who puts these notes together. It's a great benefit for people that can't get on these AMAs live. People have work, they have businesses, they have family stuff going on, kids. So a lot of times people can't get on these things. So it's a great benefit that Irene is putting these notes together. So shout out to her. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Um, Again, I'm not going to read all of this word for word. You can check this out for yourself. But some of the things that they talked about in the AMA was what separates the Animal Farm and other DeFi platforms. They talked about the Tier 2 REAP DAO update. Also, the fiat on-ramp launch date, which, again, you just saw the post from Forex a couple of seconds ago. Progress of the games, the V3 PCS, Scratchies, Drip update, and other news. So again, lots of stuff here to unpackage. Again, I'm not going to go through every single detail. You can do that yourself. I want to kind of focus on more of the drip faucet, the D3 contract, that sort of thing. Because people, that's what a lot of people have been waiting on. Yes, we have the Plinko game coming. Yes, we have all these other things coming around the corner, but the new drip UI is, I know for myself, that's probably what I'm most excited about. Not that there's anything wrong with the current UI, but it's always cool, especially when they leaked out what it's going to look like. It's going to look pretty badass. So I'm very excited about it. And then more importantly than the new UI is the D3 DApp, okay, which I think is going to do great. It's going to support drip a lot. We've covered that already before, and we'll talk about it more as we get closer to the launch. But that thing's going to be in my opinion, very beneficial to drip. Okay, so again, not going to read all this word for word. One thing that the interviewer asked him is what separates Animal Farm from other DeFi protocols. Um, the capital and cash flows from the Animal Farm platform that would traditionally go to the developers and founders of the platform is going to the users instead. Ours is the only platform that allows a user to become an owner and benefit as an owner of the platform. That's millions of dollars each year that go to users instead of the dev team. So again, how do you become an owner of the Animal Farm? I believe he's talking about the pig pen. If you're staked in the pig pen, you do get a little piece of everything that's going on. So that's pretty cool. Says here also our platform enables users to earn rewards in BNB and BUSD, so we are not relying on users selling native tokens to get their profit. That's something I've talked about dozens of times in my Animal Farm updates. What makes this different, because we were heavy in farming years ago when farming was hot, and I'm not saying it's not hot now, but there was a point where it was hot. Like there was farm, like every other day there was a new farm coming out and people were jumping into them, but none of them would really last because in order for you to lock in your profit, you would have to sell the native token. The very token that you're farming, you would have to sell it, right? Because you're not going to hold these tokens in your wallet. You want to sell it for whatever token you want. So the very token you're farming, you have to sell, which would cause the price of the token you're farming to spiral downwards. And inevitably it was, it just wasn't sustainable. It just wasn't, you couldn't do it long term, right? What's cool about the animal farm, and again, kind of beating on a dead horse here because I've talked about this so many times, is you can pull your BUSD and BNB dividends right out and never have to lose your position or decrease your position in the farm. You don't have to sell your dogs or pigs. Now, again, nothing wrong with selling your dogs and pigs if that's what you want to do. I may do that one day, but right now I just have my dogs and pigs parked. I'm pulling out BUSD and BNB dividends, and I'm not really worried about the price. I'm not really concerned about the price of dogs and pigs. And you might say, well, why aren't you concerned about the price? Because I didn't buy it. I didn't buy the dogs and pigs. I farmed all of my dogs and pigs, right? When we were able to farm dogs and pigs, I had a ton of crypto, farming. I had it staked. I had Ethereum. I had a whole bunch of other coins and tokens. And then when I pulled out my Ethereum and put it back in my wallet, and all the other coins and tokens that I was farming with, I pulled all of that back in my wallet. I had all these pigs and tokens that I had farmed for free money, right? So I'm not worried about the price. All right. Anyway, let me rein it back a little bit. I'm going off on a tangent. It says here we're also doing back-end lending with the stake value in LPs, and that generates a cash flow for our users. And this is just a start with regards to how we will generate cash flow for our users. We have a wide range of products in development, in testing, and in prep for launch stage. Pretty cool. The Reap DAO, that's another thing. Okay, some of you guys might be priced out of the Reap DAO, so there is going to be another tier. We'll talk about that on another video. Auctions, NFT auctions. Sister, we are thinking we will have developer finished at the end of the month on this, and then we will announce dates for the auctions. That's another thing. We'll talk about that more at another date. Fiat on ramp. Again, they just posted about this on the Telegram. It says here we are going live this Thursday, which is tomorrow, with the Fiat on ramp. Again, no KYC mandatory, only requiring an email to use it. So no KYC unless you want to hook your bank account up to it. So it's optional. If you want to hook your bank account up to it, which you can, nothing wrong with that. Then you'll do KYC. If you don't, and you have other means of doing that, you don't have to do that. So again, it's good that they're giving us an option to do that. I personally don't really like KYC unless I have to, but I try not to. Can you talk about the games and the progress of them and why they have the potential to be the best out there? We are making strong progress with the games. We just released the interactive UI for Piggy Plinko. This week we are focused on delivering the Fiat on ramp. Next week we should be in position where we can start the test net of the Piggy Plinko. Okay, so they're gonna test net that. And that'll be coming after the new UI anyway. Okay, so that's the next thing after the new UI. Can you talk about the way people can profit from the games as owners? I know they covered this already, so again, that's why it's not highlighted, because usually if it's highlighted, it's new alpha. So again, it's pretty repetitive. You can read this on your own, but again, there's a couple ways you can profit from it. So if you play the games, you can earn crypto. Then he talked about the V3 pancake swap migration. Lots of stuff here. Scratchies. What's the cash flow generated by that? Scratchy is finished from a dev perspective when we are in the testing phase, but we had to put it on the shelf to do the PCS and V3 migration. So again, it looks like Scratchies they'll do a little bit down the road. It's a massive product that is going to be part of the gaming platform and another product on Animal Farm and Drip. So again, this is coming down the road. You can read all about this. I'm not going to cover it here, especially because it's not coming in the near future. We have plenty of time to update and talk about this a little bit later. Says your dev for the DAO site will be wrapped up at the end of May, and then we will look to raise for Scratchies in the DAO in June. So here's probably what a lot of people are looking for. Can you update us on Drip? I've been very transparent with everything that has been going on with Drip. When we started doing the updates, new features for Drip, we hired a 5-person team. This is old news. He covered this a couple of AMAs ago. But you guys probably already know there was a team that was taking care of this for Forex. It didn't work out. He had to kind of switch gears. That's what took a little bit of a time delay. Okay. Says here we ended up going to a different team to get the design made up, and then we had to organize for the UI designer to work with the original team. It's been a big back and forth between all the parties to get them all to agree. Now that we've come to an agreement, we can progress. There's only 2 weeks worth of work left, but to go, but it's all the background negotiation that has taken a lot of time and effort. We will deliver drip features, new UI, DDD, first before Piggy Plinko, so we can have positive sentiment. So Drip will release first before Piggy Plinko, and then Drip will do its thing, and we can move on to releasing other things as they are ready to go. So again, along with the new UI, will come the DDD because it's part of the new UI. Okay. Um, some quick other stuff. It says that we have just made an agreement to buy out the #1 third-party super chat platform. So I'm sure that's going to be turned into something down the road. You can read all about this yourself. It says here also we have built a product similar to Gleam that allows users to buy into a raffle. Initial buy-in the form of BUSD, and they get a ticket. And then once they have that initial ticket, they can earn additional tickets for doing certain actions that will help promote and support the ecosystem. The initial buy-in BUSD will be used to buy Animal Farm dogs and Animal Farm dog tokens, and the winner of the raffle will be rewarded in dog tokens. All right. And then he just talks a little bit about younger people. So yeah, I mean, let me just backtrack here a little bit. This is kind of what I'm looking for is this new drip UI coming along with the DDD contract. So this looks like it's just around the corner, and I'm sure he'll update more on it tomorrow in the VC. So lots of stuff happening, guys. While this is going on, again, the current UI is working perfectly fine. You get 1% of your drip deposit, as you guys probably already know, and it's a contract it's doing its thing. It's operating as intended, same as it was over 2 years ago, still working the same. So that the drip faucet is still a very big part of our portfolio. It's still the cornerstone of what we're doing. Even though I get into a lot of different things, it's always I always come back to the drip faucet, and yeah, very, very excited about seeing what the price of drip is going to be as we get closer and closer to this launch. And like I said in all my other videos, lots of roadmap to be had. As you can see, Forex is developing so many different things. There's always something in the works. There's always something, right? Like right after Plinko, there's already something, right? Scratchies or whatever. There's always something coming, right? So, it's a team that's always innovating. They're not resting on their laurels. They're not, they're building. They're doing things behind the scenes, which is all you can ask for, right? From a dev team. So that's the notes, guys. Again, lots of stuff happening. Again, go through it yourself if you want to, so you can go for it. You can review it word for word. But yeah, very, very exciting stuff coming real soon from Forex and the team. All right, guys, that's my update. Follow me on Telegram. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, do your own research and only put in what you can afford to lose. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.